What up, what up, what up? You already know what it is, man. It's the celebrity guru. It's King Mazerati Santana. I'm back with another exclusive on the Rize Uncensored. Straight uncensored, that is, man. Today we got a special guest in the building with us, man. You already know what it is, man. This person right here, you know what I mean? He's very exclusive, man. Been off the scene, but now he's back on the scene with some exclusive things, man, and everybody need to hear about it. You know what I mean? So without further ado, I want to introduce my guest. We got the homie Kid in the building. Y'all show him some love.
What it look like, Mozzie. What's good, Big Kaz in the building too. Y'all already know, man.
Kid, what's the deal?
I'm chilling, family. You know what I mean? Maintaining.
Absolutely. So let's just dive right into it, man. Elaborate on where you from, man. Like, let's go back to the beginning with Kid.
Out here in the Ville, I'm from everywhere, but originally from Murchison Road, Elliott Circle. That's where I was brought up at. My family, my mother's side of the family is from Groveview Terrace. My father's side is from, my mother's from Campbell Terrace. My father's side from Groveview Terrace. Like, so I've been like in every hood throughout this mug, you know what I'm saying? And when I was graduating and coming out of school, I came from out of Topeka Heights. So we ended up having to move over there. So all the hoods, you know what I'm saying, throughout this mug. And in the 90s, it was like damn near forbidden to be coming from off Murchison Road going into Campbell, Groveview Terrace. But because of my family and how we all came up through here, we got so much love and shit everywhere. So it wasn't nothing. It was cool.
Merc Mob?
You already know. You know what I mean? No blood, no crip. You just scream Merc Mob. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it was back then.
What exactly, if you could elaborate on what exactly is Merc Mob?
Coming up, I was just a youngin' in the 90s. So, like, you got labeled Merc Mob even if you wasn't even, knew nothing about the shit. It's like, oh, you from the Merc, you part of Merc Mob. You know what I'm saying? So, it was one of those type of things, you know. I just know that it was a unity, you know, that we all stuck together. Groveview Terrace stuck together, Campbell Terrace stuck together, and the Merc stuck together. So, I guess it was just like showing that unity, like, you know, but at the end of the day, when it all circles back, it's still in 2-6. You know what I mean? So it was always love. It was always love. Absolutely.
So, like, I know you wear many hats. You know, run them down to me. What exactly it is that you do?
I started out battle rapping. You know, I didn't even know how to write a rhyme, you know, on paper, jump on a beat, none of that. That was never a passion of mine. It was just fuck niggas up, you know what I mean? Like, lyrically. You know, so, and I could always freestyle way better than the next person. So I would take that and just get in front of people and get busy on them. And that's how I built my rap up, was just freestyling. Then from freestyling, my mans and them, Big Rize in the back, he the first person to give me a beat. And he was like, yo, you're not doing that shit over my track. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to write something, man. Basically, I freestyled, but they taught me how to write in my head. Because I wouldn't write. I'm not gonna write nothing down, so it was like I had to learn how to, you know, write in my head. Before I could lay his track down over his shit, he wanted to make sure I had something. I wasn't freestyling, so I wrote it in my head in his room and shit, and act like I jotted some shit down on the paper. He looked at the paper like, you ain't got shit on it.
No doubt. What was some of the platforms though, as far as like with the battle scene that you was on?
In the street, you know, I would around Fayetteville. I battled in the mall probably like 3 times a day. Football games, pulling up in niggas' neighborhoods, niggas pulling up in my neighborhoods, Douglasburg. That's why I established battle rapping. I went to Walker Spivey, so we didn't get to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I made it up out of there my 12th grade year after getting in trouble and kicked out of E. Smith and Pine Forest and Southview twice. And I was like, I'm not graduating from fucking Walker Spivey. It's not happening. You know what I mean? Like, so I got my act together, and that summer I was able to come into Douglasburg, and I was like, damn, all these niggas done with the middle school together. You know what I mean? Like, they know each other. Don't nobody know me over here. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna build my name off ripping niggas' heads off. Facts. So I burnt through niggas maybe my second day. It wasn't no more than the first day. You know what I mean? And I'm in an alternative class and shit, so it was tough to get out. But I started sneaking out of class and shit to battle with. I burnt like 2 niggas that day, and my name got popping. So the teacher that used to do the TV broadcasting class was like, she came to me like, I'm skipping lunches, everything in there, like battling niggas. So she came to me, white lady, Miss Bernard. She was like, yo, kid, I heard you rap really good. And everybody talking about you. You think if we put together a battle for Cumberland County schools, you would jump in it and bring the crown home? I'm like, sure, I'll fuck everybody up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
get on that.
Yeah, so she put the battle together, and I went to Terry Sanford and ate everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then the second year coming up in Terry Sanford, you know, getting to the story of, you know, what we here for.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, all the MCs that was in there, I fucked them all up. And then we moved on the second year. My mans came and got me and was like, yo, you know you got the crown, so you got to do it again. Can't nobody get the crown till they take it. And I fucked them up again at Terry Sanford, and they don't even do it no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the battle shit went. I also battled, it was like a North Carolina division battle they had in Durham, where I met Kanye West at for the first time. And I did not take the crown home for that. You know what I'm saying? Because this was my first time being on a stage. You know what I mean? Like, at Terry Sanford, it was still kind of, you know, like smack style, small room, you know what I mean? But then they put me in a ring. They got a light flashing around and shit. But the funny thing is, the same dude I had to battle, me and Kanye had already rapped each other. He had already, don't get it to where it's like, oh, Kanye, the fucking flashing lights and shit. No, not that Ye, the beat maker Ye.
Right.
So I didn't know who he was. I just seen the rock chain, the nigga was talking, and then he kicked the freestyle, asked me to spit some, I spit, and he was one of the judges, I found out. He was gonna be one of the judges. He like, yo, if you spitting like that in the battle, you got my shit. I'm like, word. I already built that relationship. So Knife Wonder shows up, and he like, yo, Ye, come to the car. I don't know who Knife is either.
Shout out to Knife.
Yeah,
man.
shout out to Knife Wonder. Only thing I knew was this nigga had an LRG shirt on that was fire. And I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga? He like, yo, Ye, come to the, Kanye at that time, come to the car, I got these beats. Kanye was doing some other shit on his two-way and shit, and Knife was like, man, you bullshitting. So I'm like, Kanye looking busy anyway right now, and I don't want to be no nigga just standing around on some hoe shit. So I followed Knife to the car. He playing beats, like the whole crowd around the shit. So I start rhyming over the beats. The same nigga I end up having to battle in the joint start coming at me in the joint, fucking him up. Knife like.
And this is at the time Knife was dealing with Lil Brother.
Yeah, that's that Knife, but I didn't know him, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause if we didn't have internet, I didn't have that shit, you know what I mean? So you gotta pick up a magazine or something, and I wasn't doing that. But his beats was crazy. So I'm fucking the nigga up. Knife like, yo, he killing this nigga, yo. Everybody wilding. We get up on the stage, we get in the ring. I go first. Foxy 99 brought me to the venue. Shout out to Chubbs. If y'all familiar with this nigga named Chubbs from out of here, he was an intern for Rockefeller at the time. They had endorsed me and brought me out there with academics and shit, academic clothing, you know what I mean? So I'm out there, everybody depending on me to bring this shit in. I go first, bro. I'm not even gonna capture you. I'm getting busy. A fucking big ass light strobe comes by. I'm like, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? In the middle of my rhyme. Homeboy started rapping in Jamaican when it was his turn. So when they did the judging, the Source magazine was there. They was like, I don't want to give it to this nigga because this nigga started rapping in Jamaican and shit. We don't know what the fuck he was talking about. Kid, why the fuck did you stop rapping?
So was it like a whole different upscale production?
Yeah,
that you
it was a
not
summit.
familiar with?
Yeah, it was a hip hop summit too.
Okay.
So it was all mixed into one. And I ain't never been on no stage. So that light, it kind of blew me. You know what I mean? But that nigga didn't win, but I lost because I had stopped and then jumped back into it. Like Kanye was like, I just heard you. Like when the judges got to talk, Ye was like, I just heard you rap. Get the fuck. He was like, I'm not giving him my vote. You know what I'm saying? The other dude, he was like, he still gave me the vote. So I'm like, that's love. Then two other people had to judge and I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't take the crown. I was pissed that whole day. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it moved on from that battle. Since you asked about the platform, it moved on from that battle to BET came here. BET came here from, and this is all gonna merge into the story of how the Scoop DVD came about.
Absolutely.
So BET had came here for the Black College Tour. Cash, you was out there, right? And I rap like, I'm saying nigga, I'm saying I curse. I can't censor freestyle. You know what I mean? So they up there as college kids, they rapping, and you know it's that bullshit. They playing. And I'm like, yo, they representing Fayetteville at this point. So I blanked the fuck out all you motherfuckers is trash. Niggas out here letting these niggas stand up here doing this stupid shit. Da, 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 da. You remember me walking around wilding out, right? So Champ walks up to me. Shout out to Big Champ. Champ walks up to me like, yo, kid, I got a nigga that'll battle you. Like, go get that motherfucker. You know what I mean? He goes, I ain't know who Rain was, bro. That's, you see how I just said that. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know who Rain was. But when I said I'm finna battle, everybody that was watching the BET battle, my clout was up. I done battled on Feather State grounds. I done battled everywhere. Everybody leave the BET shit. Man, me and Rain probably had like 60 motherfuckers up there watching us. Nigga from BET with the microphone. You know, the niggas that hold the stick mic, follow us. I'm like, yeah, I tell the white boy, like, hey, don't come over here because this shit finna get ugly. Yeah. You know, he like, nah, I'm here to film Black College Tour. If this what it is, this all right.
So you never knew who Rain was?
No.
And both of y'all from Fayetteville, you never knew who he was.
But see, the thing with Rain is he was up north a lot. You know what I mean? So, and he younger than me, not by a lot of years, right? Cass, he probably the same age as Cole, right?
How old are you?
I'm 40.
You're a couple years older, younger than you.
Younger than me, right? So we never crossed circles. You know what I mean? I knew of First and Flight, I knew of Bomb Shelter and all of them, but I didn't know who Rain was at that point. So Champ brought him up to me. He's a younger dude. Like, yo, who wanna go first? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Let's get busy. Me and Rain start going. Bro, that nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? So that battle ended with fuck you, fuck you.
With you and Rain?
Yeah. That's how that ended, bro. Like, fuck you, fuck you.
So it never established a relationship after that?
Oh, this the crazy shit. If you ever fought a nigga and you don't say I won, you just say we fought. Mm-hmm. That's what the fuck me and Rain had going on. You know what I mean? Like, to this day, I'm not gonna sit back and be like, I roasted Rain. That was the best nigga I ever battled in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, Champ called me and was like, Champ running around gassing the shit though. You know, kid, this battle Rain, this shit crazy. The barbershop's talking, everybody out here shit. I don't know who the nigga is. Then I found out he signed to the militia. I'm like, damn, that nigga was nice like that too. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Champ called me one night. He like, yo, we at the Palace and Corey Guns down here. You know Rain signed to Corey Guns. I'm like, the fuck that got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? He like, pull up. I'm going to get you in front of Guns and shit. They want to meet you anyway. Boom, I pull up to the Palace. Shout out the Clark brothers, you know, for giving us those opportunities and putting that out there on the scene for us, the clubs and all that. But I show up to the joint and Corey Guns is like, yo, why you battle my mans and shit? Like, I'm like, nah, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it was love. He like, yo, my dad want to meet you. Boom, I meet Peter Guns too that night. All through Champ too. So I'm like, I got Scoop DVD and I filmed the Guns like, I'm on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, get in touch with Rain. This shit was crazy. This nigga said, get in touch with Rain and you know, when you come up top, we'll get it. I'm like, I don't fuck with Rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm doing everything I can. Like, yo, Champ, get me in touch with Rain. We gotta build a bond. You know what I'm saying? See, boom, Champ got me in touch with Rain and to this day, me and Rain brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we done been in New York, fucking around. So when I got the film Corey Guns segment for the DVD, mad niggas wanted to go with me up top. Mad niggas, yo, you gonna be in J Studio? Cause Guns was like, when I talked to Rain, he was like, yeah, I told Guns, you my people, you good people. You know what I mean? So Rain been a solid nigga since day one. You know what I mean? So Rain was like, yeah, he wanna film his segment in Baseline. I don't know what the fuck Baseline is. I'm like, all right. He like, word. So I called my homie, Rick. You know, you might have heard Ronnie C speak of him. Yeah, Rick is the dude, right? So Rick like, Baseline, nigga, that's J Studio. I'm trying to roll. I'm like, I don't know how many niggas I could bring out. You know what I mean? You see how I be moving, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, but I try to bring everybody to the table. So Rick, that's my brother, man. He is my brother. I call him my brother. So his family done did so much for me. You know what I mean? So Rick like, I want to stay in Harlem where my people at. Big G, Lil G, 141st and Lenox, they family ran that block. That's where Max B from. You know what I mean? You get Big L from over there, all that. So anytime I go up top, I can get around any rapper from that hood. So I was able to get in touch with Max B and get him on the documentary. But I want to stay in the hood because I know I could get Joel Santana, everybody out there.
Jimmy up there.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? And being out there in the streets of New York, you can bump into anybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Rick, like, fuck that. My mom ain't playing that. You know what I'm saying? You know, his dad's a senator and shit. So he like, my mom gonna buy us a room downtown Manhattan. I'm like, no way. I'm not doing that. Fuck that. We on the trains. We on, you know what I mean? We on the subway. Well, it's a kid that stay up there that said we could stay with him. A couple days later, he called me with that. Like, I don't know this nigga. Nah, man, you know him. He make beats and shit. He be around here rapping. I don't know this nigga, son. Like, and I don't want to be responsible for nobody in New York. I'm already got you and J.I. with me. No. Rick, my brother, though. Nah, man. Last day, like 2 days before we gotta get on the train. Yo, man, can we just stay with the dude? Yeah, bro. He from the Ville? Yeah, he from the Ville, man. He go to college up there. You gonna know him when you see him. Get out the train, boom. It's therapist. You know what I mean?
Well, look, we're going to go into a real quick music break. When we get back, we're going to talk about more Kid. We get into the bass line when we get back from the break. You already know what time it is. They keep it like right here. Straight Uncensored, baby.